So today we're going to be reviewing the AEW roster, but it's the 2023 edition, alright? We're going to see all the wrestlers from this beloved company by a lot of you people, right? AEW! AEW! That's what you chant at the shows. So some of you might know that I made a video like this nearly a year ago, and I didn't even finish the roster. I was going to do a part 2, and then as always, I just didn't do a part 2. And now we're here, a year later, nearly. So we'll see what's changed, and also, I will cover the entire roster in this video. I don't care how long it's going to be, I will get it done today. So starting off with the champions, we have MJF, who is finally the world champion. A year ago, I was reacting to his feud with CM Punk, when I was talking about how he could be the world champion, he should be the world champion, and now he is the world champion. Who did he beat again? John Moxley? Yeah. September 2021, 2022, just November 19, 2022. And that was at Full Gear when MJF beat Moxley. He actually beat John Moxley. Jeez. I think he cheated to win, but still, it's all good. Then we have Jamie Hayter, who's the AEW Women's World Champion. So I remember hearing about her, but I never thought she was on the level of, you know, the World Championship wrestlers. Isn't she Scottish as well? And why would that make it different? But even still, like, I never thought she was, you know, up there. Maybe she wasn't last year, but in recent times, she got a chance, and she took that chance with both hands and fought to the bitter end. Who did she defeat then? Thunder Rosa? Britt Baker? Let's have a little look-see. Toni Storm, close enough. Well, Thunder had a very good reign, right? Because these two had an absolute death match. Thunder won. Thunder had it from March 16th, 2022 to September. Decent reign, 172 days. But Toni Storm managed to beat Thunder Rosa. Let's see. So this was at All Out. Very big pay-per-view. The event took place in Chicago, Illinois. CM Punk! At the Now Arena. Is that for Now It's What I Call Music? All that stuff? Cool. Toni Storm defeated Dr. Britt Baker, Hikaru Shida, and Jamie Hayter. So Jamie Hayter had a chance before, and Toni Storm won. And this was in a 4-way match to become the world champion. Wait, what happened to Thunder? Did she have to relinquish? Because it was Toni Storm, Britt Baker, Hikaru, and Jamie Hayter. Yeah, it was for the vacant title. Oh god, was she injured? Thunder Rosa? Anyways, Jamie Hayter won the AEW World Champion on November 19th, 2022 at the annual AEW. This was a Full Gear as well. Full Gear pay-per-view in New York, New Jersey, at the sold-out Prudential Center. Jamie Hayter defeated Toni Storm via pinfall and ended Storm's 76-day reign to become champion. So at Full Gear, 2 new world champions were crowned. Amazing. But Jade Cargill, oh, she is still the champion. TBS champion. I think she was the champion a year ago when I last made this video. So she hasn't lost yet then, has she? 390 plus days as the TBS champion. Why is this woman just unstoppable? She's like some sort of superhero. So she became the inaugural TBS champion in New York. Once again, New York, New Jersey, at the Prudential Center at... Oh, this was at Dynamite just? This was Dynamite's debut on the TBS network. Alright. So the TBS Championship is to do with the network. That makes sense. So from January 2022 to March 2023, she is still the champion. Whoa! She defeated Ruby Soho in the 12-woman tournament finals via pinfall. What is it about her that just is invincible? I don't get it. But I want to watch her matches now because she must just be so dominant. Surely someone like Jamie Hayter could beat Jade Cargill. Can we do a Survivor Series kind of thing? Have the Women's World Champion against the TBS Champion? But for someone to actually dethrone Jade Cargill, I mean, I don't know. I remember there was talks of Chris Statlander back in the day, which was only like a year ago, but still, that just never happened apparently. Jade Cargill, just way too dominant. So... she is like the tribal chief of AEW. The tribal queef. The Guns are the AEW World Tag Team Champions. So Billy Gunn's sons, I think. Or, you know, related to Billy Gunn in some way, I believe. Are they both his sons? I'm not too sure, but they are the tag team champions. What happened to the Acclaimed? September 21st, 2022 to February 8th. Yo, they should have held it for longer. Come on, boys. Were they not like the most over tag team in the company? Like, how did they manage to drop the ball to the Guns? Are the Guns even all that? Anyways, I fear that I'm going to take way too long about each wrestler, and this is going to be like a 4-hour video. But Orange Cassidy, what is this? International champion. March 15th. Wait, what? June 26th, 2022. This championship is new. From where I'm standing. Oh God. I think the last time I reviewed this roster, the International Championship was not even a thing. But Pac managed to get the job done and he became the inaugural champion at Chicago. That was at Forbidden Door. Alright, big pay-per-view again. Coming up soon. Again, I think. So he defeated Malachi Black, Miro, and Clark Connors in a 4-way. Don't know who Clark is, but maybe he's a part of New Japan. So how did Orange Cassidy beat Pac? How did that happen? I swear this guy was like a jokester. You know, hands in the pockets, doing the wee tappity tap kicks, not taking things seriously. But if he beat Pac, then there's something serious about him. Wait, what? They changed the championship? Wait, so this first win from Orange Cassidy was for the All-Atlantic Championship. This is the All-Atlantic Championship. It's not even the... Why is there 2 titles here? What is this? What actually is this? So they turned it into the International Championship. Right, so let's see. So he beat Pac, right? In a singles match via pinfall. He actually pinned Pac. Was this legit? Like, did he not cheat or whatever? That's crazy to me. So he captured his first ever championship in AEW as well here, which is very cool. The AEW All-Atlantic Championship was retired on March 15th, 2023. Literally like 2 weeks ago. What the hell? So then on March 15th, what happened? He became the first AEW International Champion in Winnipeg, Minnesota at the Canada... Yeah, I don't know what that is. Winnipeg, Massachusetts... What's MB? My balls! That was just childish. At the Canada Life Centre on March 15th, 2023 on AEW Dynamite, Winnipeg. Cassidy defeated... Why was Jeff Jarrett the other contender for this title? How the hell is he going to win anything? Like, he's about 80 years old. So Orange Cassidy beat him in a singles match to become the inaugural champion. So he went from the All-Atlantic champion to the international champion, and we'll see how long he holds on to this championship for. So what is this title? Is this like a mid-card title? Will this be something like the Intercontinental title from WWE? Or the United States Championship? I'm not too sure. I guess it would be, right? Because it ain't a world title. I wouldn't believe, right? Although you can have multiple world titles, but they've already got a male and female. I don't know if it... Yeah, it seems a bit mid-cardy because it's on here with the TNT Championship as well. And the TNT Champion is none other than Powerhouse Hobbs. Now, that one episode of Dynamite that I watched last year, the one and only episode, he absolutely squashed some guy. And I was very, very impressed. So to see that he's champion, not even a year later, am I surprised? Not really. Let's see what happened here, though. Who did he beat? Wardlow! Whoa! That's a mega fight as well, because they're both just absolute units. So Wardlow actually lost to Powerhouse Hobbs. Oh, that's big. So he became the TNT champion on March 8th, 2023, this month still, in the main event of Dynamite. He defeated Wardlow in a Falls Count Anywhere match in Sacramento, California, at the Golden One Center. This marked their first ever championship for Hobbs in AEW. They had a Falls Count Anywhere match as well. Should I watch that? Because on paper, that seems like an absolute classic. Like a 5-star banger. But did it live up to the hype? Let me know. Then we have the House of Black as the AEW World Trios Champions. So they've got championships for trios. That's something I've never seen before, but it's a very good idea because when it comes to factions, you know, there's always 3 or more wrestlers. So for an entire faction, well, it might not be the entire faction, but at least for the House of Black, they actually have 3 of their members as champions instead of just 2 for tag team titles, you know. So they became the AEW World Trio Champions in San Francisco, California at the Chase Center on March 5th. Yo, so much has went down this month, it's actually crazy. International Championship, Trio Championship debuts, like what is going on? At the annual Revolution pay-per-view, okay. The House of Black defeated the Elite. No way! They beat Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks to become the AEW World Trio Champions. So it's Buddy Matthews, right? He was Buddy Murphy in WWE, then he became Buddy Matthews in AEW, right? Malachi Black, and then whoever that big dude is on the right, I have no idea, but he looks scary as hell. So they were the ones who defeat the Elites. Wow, that's a pretty even matchup, I would say, but I would still expect the Elite to get the win. Anyways, on to the men's roster then. Now we get to see people's records, get to just take a look at how they're doing. We have Aaron Solo of the Factory. Don't even know what the Factory is, but is that a good faction? Have they done much? I mean, his career is looking a bit worse for wear, you know, 23 wins and 77 losses. That's not exactly ideal for Mr. Solo. Got to maybe step up the game, you know, change something about your moveset or whatever. Try and catch people off guard in different ways. I don't know. I'm not a wrestler. Action Andretti. He seems new. I mean, his record is pretty small. 9 wins, 8 losses, 7 wins and 4 losses in 2023 alone. So he's definitely a newcomer. I do not recognize this name at all. So, I mean, he seems to be off to a decent start, you know. His record is quite tight, but he's still got more wins than losses, so he can't complain. Adam Cole, baby, has been absent in 2023. Is he injured? What's going on there? But 26 wins and 7 losses is a very, very powerful record. Oh, wow. When he comes back, he is going to be a problem to this roster. Hangman Adam Page, 62 wins, 24 losses, and 1 draw. What was that draw? Against Moxley? Against CM Punk? I know this guy is one of the workhorses of AEW, though he probably has the most matches out of anyone. I mean, that's probably just not true. Maybe someone like Kenny Omega does, or Moxley, or someone who's been there since 2019. But Hangman Adam Page has been there since the start, right? So yeah, massive record. What a guy. Alex Reynolds of the Dark Order. Okay, so 11-2 this year alone. Very, very good stuff from Mr. Reynolds. And then 73 wins to 46 losses overall. He seems pretty good. He seems like a bit of a dark horse for the Dark Order. Andrade El Idolo is 0 for 0 in 2023. Is he out with an injury? I think I might have heard something about that. Or has he left? Is he coming back to WWE? Is he going to face Rey Mysterio once again? Like their 2019 banger matches? Anyways, 16-10 over... You know what? For Andrade, I would expect more. I really would. 16-10, okay. You've got, you know, more wins and losses. You've got to lose 6 more times to even match your wins. So it's decent, but he seems... I don't know. Like, he could be doing so much better. Come on. Get some dubs! Get some higher tier dubs! Then we got Angelico, who I've always liked his ring gear. Always reminds me of AJ Styles. 0 wins and 2 losses this year. Not really done too much. He's only had 2 matches and he lost them both. Maybe he lost his first match this year and he was like, alright, I'll come back stronger, it's okay. Then he lost his second match and he was like, I'm gone. That's me done. But 38-48 overall. Yeah, more losses than wins, unfortunately. It ain't looking too good for the House of Angelico. The cool hand, Angelo Parker of the Jericho Appreciation Society. He looks new. His face doesn't look recognisable, but 4-3 this year. And then 32 wins and 15 losses overall. He's obviously been here for a while. I just must have forgotten. But he just looks... He looks like a Mandela effect. Like, I feel like he just hasn't been here, but he apparently has been, you know? When I picture the Jericho Appreciation Society, I see Jericho. I see Jake Hager. I see... What's her name? The blonde one. Oh, God. Ty Mello's old friend that betrayed her. Or vice versa. Anyways, he seems alright. Anthony Bowens, 66 wins and 30 losses. God damn. The Acclaimed doing bits. 11-2 as well this year. I feel like they're doing well. Being that having a record like that, at least for Anthony. Seems like they could be on their way back to winning the championships again. Then we have the governor, mate, Anthony Ogogo of the he's part of the factory as well. He's better though, isn't he? Yeah, 21-1. Jesus, 21 wins and 1 loss. He's like unreal. So why is the other guy of the factory just... Then we got AR Fox, a part of the AR gang. Nah, it's not a thing. Don't know who that is, but he's 4-5 this year, and he's 6-12 overall. What is happening to you? Ari... Oh, this was Ari Davari from 205 Live, but now it's just called Ari Davari. Yes. 4 and... It's not even funny, come on. 4-9, that's obviously quite poor, but 15-24 overall... You know, he's won 15 matches, right? That's not something to discredit. But 24 losses. Come on, bro. Where is that inner dragon that I know you can breathe? Austin Gunn is the AEW World Tag Team Champion, of course. A part of the Guns. Let's see this record. 5-0 this year. That's kind of scary for the Acclaimed. I know I said the Acclaimed. I mean, when I saw Anthony Bowens, I was like, they could be on their way up. But this dude alone has won 5 out of his 5 matches this year. So, that's scary. Also, screw Adam Page. 64 wins and 11 losses. I never knew he was this good. I just remember seeing the Gun Club and they looked like they were just messing around. They didn't look like they had that serious fight in them. But they clearly do. 64 wins, 11 losses. Anyways, Bandito, he looks quite scary. Got a mask on, but that record is anything but scary. 1-1 this year and 2-3 overall. Must be a new kid on the block. He'll find his foot eventually. His footing, that's the saying. He'll find his footing. Billy Gunn, the leader, the scoundrel, the D-Generation X advocate from back in the 90s. It's the man himself. 1-0 this year, but 50 wins and 13 losses overall is very, very, very impressive for a guy that's about 70 years old. How is he still moving around in the ring, taking out the roster? You know, like, how is he doing that when he's that old? He must still have some top tier wrestling skills just engraved into his blood to keep fighting and keep winning, even at this age. Then we got Blade. It's not Baron Blade from the 2K My Career mode back in the day, unfortunately. But he's a part of the Butcher and the Blade. Alright, 2. Oh my god, bro. 2 wins and 7 losses. What are you doing? To be fair, that record is quite impressive. He's had 60 matches, 60 wins, but 47 match. What did I say? 60 matches. He's had whatever that adds up to. He's had 60 wins and 47 losses, so that's pretty decent. I mean, yeah, anyone who's got like 60 wins plus, they're notable, right? So Blade, he can definitely do some damage. But maybe this year, he's fallen off the bandwagon a bit. Maybe eating one too many donuts or something, because he just doesn't seem to have the fight that he's clearly brought before. Brandon Cutler, he's got a broken nose or something apparently, looking like Cody Rhodes back in 2011. But he's won twice this year out of his 2 matches, so clean record so far. But then you take a look at the career record, and oh my Jeebus Christ, on a motorcycle, that is not good. 14 wins to 46 losses. No comment. The Machine Brian Cage, alright, he's a scary guy. He'll take your head clean off. 8 wins and 3 losses. To be fair, apparently 3 people have gotten the better of Brian Cage this year, so he might not be all that, but still 8 wins. That's good, that's good. And then 57-19 overall is very, very impressive. Yeah, he's one of the tougher guys, I would say, in the AEW scene. Then we got Brian Pillman Jr., the son of the late great guy, Brian Pillman. He was great, wasn't he, back in WCW? 2023 overall, 2-4. Yeah. I mean, it's not too bad, you know. He still won 2 matches in 3 months. That's 45-36 though. Decent. I mean, that record's kind of close, you know. Roughly 10 losses away from matching your wins. So, I mean, Brock Anderson, 1-0 this year. Good stuff. But 17-13 overall. I've heard quite a bit about Brock Anderson, but apparently he isn't that good. Again, it's a positive record, but 13 losses to the 17 wins, that's very, very close. Then we have, the guy that I saw earlier, Brody King. I feel like I've heard that name, but I don't remember seeing him. Has he always looked like this? Anyways, the House of Black, the Trios champion. Here he is, 7-1 this year. Very, very strong. And then 21-7 overall. Alright, seems like a pretty decent force to be reckoned with. Then we have Bryan Danielson of the Blackpool Combat Club. He's only been here since 2021? And he's won 43 matches. And he's taken 11 losses, but that's still a very good record. 2 draws as well. And this year he is 6-1, so yeah. I mean, he was bound to have a great record going into this year. Going into any year, he's always going to be one to watch because he is just that good. One of the best technical wrestlers of all time. Anyways, the other Trios champion, Buddy Matthews. Did I say that right? Buddy Matthews? Buddy Murphy? Yeah, Buddy. I said Buddy Matthews, didn't I? So 4-1 this year. And then 14-5 overall. Again, pretty strong. Yeah, this faction is looking a bit scary, I'm not going to lie. Oh, who's going to take them down? Will it be the Elite? Will it be the Factory? Will it be the Blackpool Combat Club? Who knows? Then we got Butcher. So Blade and Butcher, of course. Is he better than Blade? 2 wins and 8 losses this year, bro. What are you doing? Where are you going wrong? But then 53-39 overall. Pretty good. Pretty good. They've both had a lot of matches, so a lot of screen time. That's always a plus. Cash Wheeler of FTR. Oh, I still miss the revival from WWE. I still miss them. Even though they got treated very badly towards the end. When they were good in NXT and even a bit on the main roster, they were unreal to watch. Great wrestlers. But Cash has not had a match this year at all. What's going on there? 51 wins out of 15 losses. Unreal record. Fantastic. Chris Jericho. Okay, 3 wins to 4 losses. Is he getting a bit past his prime now? I know he's already quite old, but I mean, 58 wins to 27 losses still tells you that Chris Jericho is a dominant wrestler in AEW. But then this year, I mean, it's only 1 loss to separate from the wins and losses, Like, it's still a decent record, If he wins 1 more match, and he has an even record for now. So, yeah, it's okay, I guess. Christian Cage has had 1 match this year and he's lost it. Who was that against? I don't know. But he does still have a pretty decent record, 16-8. Not that many matches, but still quite enough. And he's also a bit old, So he's still doing alright for himself. Christopher Daniels, 3 wins and 6 losses this year. Not exactly ideal, but, you can't win them all. You can't win them all. 33-29, that's still a close record, so he seems like he's a decent wrestler, but he can definitely get his ass handed to him on a plate by most people. The Kentucky gentleman, Chuck Taylor, that smile, I haven't even seen the record, that smile looks like he's just not going to be able to win any fights. Let's see. 5-1. Oh my god. 74-35. 74 wins. Is that the most wins out of anyone so far? It actually is. The one guy I'm like, he's going to be terrible, has the most wins. Of course. So why is he so good when he just looks like he's a friendly guy? Like, it's one of those ones where you can't judge a book by its cover because he must be dangerous in that ring. When he steps inside those ropes, that smile is gone. And it's time for the Kentucky Fried Chicken to be served. Claudio Castagnoli. I always say Cesaro when I see him in compilations and reaction videos, so I gotta say Claudio now. Claudio Castagnoli. Castagnoli. Castagnoli? Diagonally! So he's actually 10-1 this year overall. Probably the best record for 2023 out of anyone. 10-1. Is that the best so far? I don't know. But 26-4. Oh! That's a fantastic record. I mean, I always knew that he was a top-notch wrestler, so when he left WWE, I knew there was big things awaiting him in his next adventure. And there we go. He's also the Ring of Honor World Champion. I don't know why they mix companies. That's a bit confusing. But the Ring of Honor World Champion is an AEW superstar. Not superstars. Is an AEW wrestler. What is that? Then we have CM Punk, who still is on the record, actually. He's still on the roster. So, is he coming back? Who knows? But this man is so hated to the point where he probably just won't come back. Ever. Which is crazy. I know he had a bit of a sour attitude and whatever, but what's like, do you guys hate him? Like, he was my favourite back in the day, so I can't hate him. I just can't. So yeah, he's got a clean slate for 2023. Will that even move at all this year? I doubt it. But 21-2, he was doing so well. Oh, that's so sad. Anyways, Colt Cabana, CM Punk's arch nemesis. Weren't they friends? And then some beef went on, and I think CM Punk turned heel on Colt Cabana in real life. Mr. Boom Boom though, let's see his record 0-0. Okay, nothing this year, but 41-20, decent. Colton Gunn, the other Gunn Club member. So his name is Gunn as well. So are they both sons of Billy Gunn? They probably are, right? Anyways, 5-0 this year. 66-10. The Gun Club is actually OP. I never realised. Danhausen though, very nice, very evil. Yeah, remember him from back in the day. Very, very interesting wrestler. Quite terrifying, but let's see. 3-3. That's a bit trash for Danhausen. 11-8. He's kind of like a more special wrestler though. He clearly doesn't appear that often, but when he does, you know, bums are in seats, ready to see what this guy gets up to, you know. So quite a short record, a small record, but still a positive record overall. So, but even still, 11-8. Like I would expect him to be an absolute force. I would expect him to like scare his opponents to like death or something. But apparently he still gets beat a lot of the times. Daniel Garcia of the Jericho Appreciation Society. This guy is good. This guy is really, really good. But his record doesn't suggest that he's that good. You know, 6-5 this year, it's positive, just about. And then 38-27, that's kind of close as well. But yeah, I've always liked him. I thought he was pretty cool. Pretty good wrestler, but apparently, you know, he's good enough, but he still gets beat a lot. Angel Dorado Dante Martin of the Top Flight. Is that a faction or a tag team? The Top Flight. 11-7. Oh, Jesus Christ, mate. He's got the most wins. 81 wins to 45 losses. You're not telling me that Dante Martin has the most wins in this roster. Say it ain't so. Darby Allin, only 78. I mean, he's close. I thought he would probably have the most, if it's not like Jericho or Adam Page or the Bryan Danielson. Anyways, Darby is 7-1 this year. Unbelievable stuff from the two-faced machine. That's a nickname. 78-28. Very strong record, yeah. But everyone knows he is one of the top dogs in this company. So yeah, there's the other Top Flight guy, Darius Martin. He only has 24 wins in his career. 10-7 this year. All right. The other dude's 11-7, isn't he? So they're pretty close. But I mean, Darius. The other guy must have been a single star for quite some time, because Darius only has 24 wins. Like, he must have came in quite recently, you know. Why is he there twice? What? Why has he got 2 records? 10-7 here, 11-7 here, 24-19 here, 25-19 here. Maybe this was the outdated one, and they just didn't update it properly, and they just accidentally copy and pasted them or something. I don't know. Dax Harwood has done nothing this year. What is going on with the Revival? I want to see the Revival! 52 wins, so to 22 losses is a very positive record. Very strong indeed. Dustin Rhodes. I'm excited for this. Let's see what the main man, Goldust, has done in his AEW career. 37-16. Pretty good. 3-0 this year, so he still is going at it. Got a positive record so far. And he's quite old as well, but clearly still has what it takes to fight to the bitter end. Eddie Kingston, 3-2 this year. 57-24 overall. Decent. Ethan Page. Oh yeah, and again, for that one episode that I watched, he was cutting the promo, and he seemed like he had some spark about him. So 6-5 this year. Positive, just about. 42-17. Very, very good. That is very good. So yeah, I think he's one to watch for sure. Evil Uno, Evil One of the Dark Order is 10-2 this year. 84 wins and 37 losses. That is it. We have a new winner for the most wins. Evil Uno. That's him. Then we have Fuego del Sol, which means Fire of the Sun, I think. Right? He got 0 wins and 2 losses. And then... Nah, bro. How do you let it get that bad? 14 wins to 64 losses. That's crazy. This guy loses most of his matches, so how does he have the determination and the willpower to come back time and time again, but to just lose again and again and again? It's crazy. You gotta respect it. Oh, but some improvements need to be made there. Anyways, Griff Garrison. I was going to say Griff Garrison. Griff Garrison of the Blands. Yeah, he has done nothing this year. Yeah, go figure. 42 wins to 37 losses. Just not good enough, Griff. Alright. Gonna really need to see more from you this year. Okay. Or else we'll be out for school defense. Then we got Hook. Oh, balls. 6-0 this year. And 24-0 overall. This man has not lost a single match. And he's a champion as well. FTW, what does that mean? For the win? Fuck the world? Free the woman? I knew Hook was good, and I knew he was like a special wrestler. I remember everyone was telling me to react to him, and when I did, I saw what he was about, and I saw the kind of wrestling he does, and he is definitely technical and a tough fighter, so... I don't know if he's going to lose anytime soon. I wouldn't expect him to. Is he going to be the Roman Reigns of this company? Who knows? Who knows? Even though Roman Reigns has been defeated, but yeah, I mean, it'll be very cool to see how far he can take us though. Because that'll be a massive deal when he does take his first loss. Kind of like Jade Cargill, like when she loses, it's going to be like, oh, like this is a whole new era now. This is just, it doesn't seem right. Then we have Isaiah Cassidy, 6-3, 64-62. Very tight record there for Mr. Cassidy of Private Party. But still hanging on to the wins there. Got more wins, just about, than losses. Then we have Jungle Boy, Jack Perry. Is that Griff's brother? They've got to be the same person. Surely. Anyways, 4-0 this year. And 87 wins to 43 losses. That's the most wins, right? Jungle Boy has the most wins, and I'm happy to see that because he is talented AF. Then we got Jake Hager, who 3-4, 23-22. For Jake Hager, I would expect more because he is an absolute brute. He's done MMA, he's been in WWE, he's been a world champion in WWE. Like, come on! Is he a bit past his prime? Who knows? Jay Lethal, 5-7, 32-17. Not great this year. But I've seen highlights of him, and I've seen he moves mad. All right, he does some high risk, high moves, high notions. So he's a good one to watch, and he's got a positive record, so it's all good. Jeff Hardy, he's still here. I mean, he hasn't done anything in 2023, so I don't know if he's coming back or not. But 8-1 overall, pretty short record, but pretty good record. You know, only one loss. Who was that to? Matt Hardy? Did they go at it? I doubt it. Then we got Jeff Jarrett, who is pretty old, but he's still wrestling. He's still wrestling. 4-5 in 2023, and then 7-6 overall. It's just average, isn't it? Hasn't wrestled that many matches, but since he is pretty old, you wouldn't expect him to do that much. I still remember when he came back in the 2019 Rumble. I remember it was Elias at number 1 and Jeff Jarrett at number 2, and everyone popped for him, and I was like, who even is this guy? I didn't even know who he was. Then we got John Silver of the Dark Order, 11-2 this year. Very impressive. 80 wins to 37 losses. Well, judging by that, he should be like one of the top guys in this company. but the name John Silver just doesn't ring a bell. Yeah. 104 wins for John Moxley! Oh my god! And only 15 losses. Oh John. 9-2 this year, but that overall record is crazy. He did lose the NJF, but it wasn't a clean loss. He still lost 15 times though, so, you know, I'm sure 14 out of 15 of those losses were fair enough, you know, clean losses. But to win 104 matches, to get your wins into the triple digits is just crazy. But John, I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense that he's the one to do it. John Moxley. He's been here since 2019. He has always been one of the top guys. He's not afraid to get stuck in there, take risks, to bleed, to fight to the bitter end. And when he gets into those death matches and all that, he just thrives. So yeah, he is probably the toughest wrestler in this company. Then we got the technical beast, Josh Woods. Not very technical with 1 win and 2 losses, am I right? It is quite scary, not gonna lie. I should probably stop talking. If you're watching this video, Josh Woods, don't hurt me, please. Although if we were to fight, I would get the job done and I would just come in with the swift knock you out cold, yeah, and do a big leg drop. 16-9 overall. I mean, that's a pretty good overall record, but gotta get more fights this year, bro. Come on. Now we got the limitless Keith Lee, who's 2-0 this year. Very nice. And then 24-6 overall. Not many men can take down Keith Lee. You know, he's a big guy. He can do high risk moves. He's got so much in his arsenal that I'm sure a lot of his opponents just don't really know how to work around him. You know what I mean? So yeah, brilliant record for Keith Lee. Brilliant. Oh, Kenny Omega, 64 wins. Not as many wins as I would think. You know, 21 losses, 5-2 this year. He's had a lot of time off though, hasn't he? I swear he was away for like a year or something. Or am I just lying? I don't know. Kip Sabian. The super bad Kip Sabian with lovely hair, might I say. A lot of blonde, luscious locks going on. 1-4 this year. What is that, bro? What is that? What is your excuse for that? 35 wins to 25 losses is still positive, but Jesus, mate. I would expect more from you, alright? And I'm saying it because I love you. Then we have Konosuke Takeshita, who has... Was that a good pronunciation, by the way? I think that was pretty good. Konosuke Takeshita? Konosuke Konosuke doesn't take no shit, alright? He's 8-3 and he's 23-10. Brilliant stuff. Never heard of the guy, but he's making waves. Kyle O'Reilly, you're here? Still? To this day! Anyways, 0 yeah, he's not done anything this year. 9-4 overall. Not many matches there, so we haven't really got a good idea of what he's really capable of. We've seen him in WWE do his thing in War Games and whatever, but not really much to go off in AEW. Lance Archer, who I think used to be Vance Archer back in the day. I remember playing as him in SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. But for some reason, when I was watching wrestling, Vance Archer was nowhere to be seen. He was like this. He was in the game, and then he wasn't on TV. And as a kid, I was like, who is this guy? It just doesn't make sense. But here he is in the future now. So 3-0 this year. It is the same guy, right? And then 60 wins to 14 losses. That's incredible. Why isn't he like one of the top guys that I'm hearing about? Jesus. Big snotty Lee Johnson of the Factory. 0-3. 32-51. Pain. Lee Moriarty. 4-5 this year. Trash. 24-21. Trash. Luchasaurus. He's a 72 wins. 28 losses. He is just so tall though. So built. So monstrous. I want to see him against Braun Strowman. That's what I want to see. AEW versus WWE. Let's make it happen. But you know, he has lost quite a few times. This year he hasn't done anything, but he is a force to be reckoned with. You know, Luke Skywalker kind of thing. 0-8 for Luther of the Chaos Project. 13-60. Malachi Black, 6-0 this year. Hasn't lost a single match, which is good because he is the leader of the House of Black. And if he is undefeated this year, then that is just brilliant for their whole title defense and their reign of terror. 26-6 overall. Whoa. Okay. Brilliant record from Malachi Black. The world's strongest man, Mark Henry. I mean, he hasn't wrestled any matches because he is retired, but he's here for some reason. He's in a suit, so maybe he's a manager for someone. Maybe he is doing some backstage work, I'm not too sure. Mark Sterling has apparently lost 3 times in his career, even though he looks like a manager or something. He looks like the type of guy that would just wrestle in a suit, you know? Did that happen? Mark Quinn of Private Party, lovely hairstyle. Kind of got that Street Profits look going on with the leopard print, the sunglasses, bit of a party vibe. It is Private Party. 0-0, trash. Get to work, son, come on. 53-51. You know, more wins than losses, but still quite trash. Why is the out of matches? Was he injured? Or like, can he not at least go on dark, you know? Just anything? Get some wins under the belt? Come here! Matt Hardy of the Hardys, who is doing the 7-5 this year, so he is actually putting on a shift. Jeff Hardy is off the scene, but Matt Hardy's still going strong. 54-25. Very, very strong considering he is quite old. He's getting a bit, you know, a bit slow in the ring, some might say. Even when he was still in WWE, he was moving a bit slow, you know. Yeah. Matt Jackson of the Young Bucks, of the Elite, of course, as well. 5-3, and then 69-33. He is very, very good, and so is his brother, but not better than the House of Order. Daddy Magic, Matt Menard of the Jericho Appreciation Society. He was the guy that said, my nipples are hard. He was like, do you know what makes my nipples hard? And I was like, what? And that stuck with me ever since. So that's what you're known for. Well done. 4 wins, 2 losses, 31-15. Very good record though. Gotta give it to him. Gotta give it to the nipple enjoyer. Matt Seidel, who was Evan Bourne back in the day. 3-0 this year. He's still wrestling. That's good to see. Gotta see some of his matches live. And then 49-33. Pretty decent record. Quite a lot of losses, but still more wins. So it's all good, Matt. You're doing well. You're doing well. Oh, Max Castro's 84 wins. Like, how did they get beat by... I can't remember. Not the Trios, because that's House of Black. The Gun Club. How did they... I mean, the Gun Club are actually very good as well, so it's a very even fight, to be fair. 11-2 this year. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's very good, so you can definitely still get the comeback and get your titles back with Anthony. Michael Nakazawa. Michael Nakazawa, 0-0 this year. 7-18 overall. What the... No comments. Miro, 24-4. Oh, Rusev doing bits, but hasn't done anything this year. That's kind of sad to see, not going to lie, Miro. But when he makes a comeback, he's going to just stomp through the competition. MJF is up next, though. And he's won twice this year. Probably both of them matches are title defenses. And then 37-12 overall is a very, very good record for our world champion. Not that good, but good enough, you know. Like, that's still a big difference from wins and losses. Then we have Brody Lee's son, Mr. Brody Lee, who hasn't done anything. Come on, bro, get to work. I know you're like 11 years old, but get some wins now, I'm joking. Obviously, he was brought in honour of Brody Lee. He hasn't had any matches, because obviously he just can't, but... You know, it's still cool to see. He has his own gimmick, I guess. He's a part of the Dark Order, you know. He is the negative one. And then Mr. Brody Lee himself had a record of 11 wins and 3 losses. He was doing very well. Very well indeed. And unfortunately, he did pass away, so rest in peace to Brody Lee. Still seems quite weird, you know, to think that he actually is gone. I still remember him as Luke Harper, of course, from the Wyatt family. And when he teamed up with Eric Rowan as a part of the Bludgeon Brothers, great stuff in WWE. In AEW, I am ashamed to say that I didn't really watch it at the time when he was around. So yeah, Nick Comoroto though of the Factory, he looks like a caveman. Is he a part of this day and age? I don't know. Is he a part of this era? 0-1 this year, 20 fucking hell. Nick Jackson, 5-3, 68-34. Yeah, again, good record for the other half of the Young Bucks, but not that good this year, you know. Still more wins this year than losses, but still, they're meant to be way better than this. Come on. Then we have the international champion, Orange Cassidy, who, Gee, Jiddly Winkers, he has 94 wins. And I've been sat here saying he plays games. He doesn't take this seriously. But he has 94 wins. That's the second most wins in the company that I've seen. John Moxley at 104. Orange Cassidy at 94. Unreal. And he's 12-1 this year. So clearly, I've got to actually watch his matches nowadays. Because he ain't messing around no more. Ortiz, 2-5. 59-34. Yeah, okay. He's with Santana, isn't it? Santana on Ortiz. They're a team. Pack of the Death Triangle. What is that? A team or a faction? 0-1 this year. What is wrong with Pack these days? Gotta step it up, bro. 51-23 overall. Good record, though. Good record. Parker Boudreaux. Yeah, he's the Brock Lesnar lookalike that I said from last year. And anytime I saw a highlight of him or just something, he was dominating his opponents. So 1-1 this year. He has taken a loss, but 10-2 overall is still fantastic. A lot of potential there for Parker. Paul White, what are you doing here? Big Show is 4-0 in AEW. I have never seen him wrestle. I think I remember him coming out at some point, but to actually wrestle, like, who's he fought? Anyone good? Penta El Zero M of the Lucha Brothers and Death Triangle. Is that Pentagon Jr.? Why did he change his name? Penta El Zero M? What's the M for? I don't know. But that's a big record there. 84 wins to 45 losses. Damn. 4-2 this year as well. Solid. Then we have our TNT champion, Powerhouse Hobbs. I am very excited to see this record. Is he undefeated? Nah. Let's see. He is this year. He's still lost 22 times overall, but he's won 69 of those matches. Jesus, bro. This guy ain't no joke. Preston Vance, that's my brother. Yeah. If you guys didn't know, Preston Vance, me and him, we're in the womb together. He is my brother, so he's doing very well for himself, of course. He is in AEW fighting people, and I'm here reviewing AEW wrestlers. 4-2 this year, not bad, but I've told him, I've texted him just to say, you gotta step up the game here, because I know you've got a positive record, but still to lose twice out of them 6 matches is a bit cack. 80 wins to 29 losses, that's actually insane. Holy shit. Wait, now for real, who is this guy? Because what? Okay. I mean, I've missed something here, I've missed something. Peter Avalon. Pretty Peter Avalon, sorry. 2-10. There ain't nothing pretty about that. 14 wins to 70 losses. That is pretty atrocious, I'm not going to lie. Let's just move on to QT Marshall, who is 2-0 this year, but a very tight record there overall at 55-53. Damn. Ray Phoenix of the Lucha Brothers and Death Triangle, 4-2 this year, 77-43 overall. These brothers are insane. Alright, the camera's back, and up next we have Ricky Starks, the absolute Ricky Starks, who is 8-2 this year with 68 wins and 17 losses. Definitely one to watch right there. He is flipping unreal. No swearing, of course. PG era we're in. El Toro Blanco Rush, 5-1 this year, 13-9 overall. Solid record. He doesn't look familiar though. He's got a couple tag team wins, so he probably is with a tag team, And when people are with tag teams, they it's hard to stand out as one, So I just don't know who that is really. But the Spanish God, Sammy Guevara, is someone who I know very well. He's actually my mum's boyfriend. I just said Ty Conti is my mum. He's 7-2 this year. He's got 60 wins and 38 losses. So yeah, he's always been here really from the start, hasn't he? And he's always been great to watch. So I guess he's had a lot of success because of his talent. Samoa Joe, though, a name that I just never thought I would see on this roster. It's still weird that he just is a part of AEW now. Samoa Joe. Like, what? It feels like it was only yesterday when he was challenging Brock Lesnar at Great Balls of Fire for the Universal Championship. but he's the Ring of Honor World TV Champion. So what's the difference between that and Cesaro's one? Isn't Cesaro the World Champion? What's the World TV Champion? I mean, Cesaro was or Claudio was also on TV, you know? So what's the difference here? I don't know. He's 1-2 this year though, so he hasn't really done much. And then 15-3 overall. Yeah, he had a pretty dominant reign as, was it TNT champion? I think. So he's done bits in AEW. He's doing very well for himself. Santana, the other half of Ortiz, hasn't done anything this year, but is 43-25 overall, so that's pretty good. They seem like a pretty strong team, but are they strong enough to win the tag titles? I don't know. I don't know. I don't see them beating the Gun Club, you know? I could see the Young Bucks beating the Gun Club. I could see the Acclaimed getting their Acclaimed back and claiming the titles back. Satnam Singh, 3-1, 10-2 overall. Again, looking like a manager, but has an overall record of 10-2, so he's got something about him. I don't know what it is, but I will find it out one of these days. WWE fan reacts to Satnam Singh. Scorpio Sky, a very, very thrilling wrestler to watch, but he hasn't done anything in 2023. That's a bit surprising. Is it an injury? Because I don't think they just wouldn't use him, right? He's a very talented guy. And then 63-18, that record speaks for itself. Massive record there for Scorpio Sky. Great stuff. Serpentico of the Chaos Project. Nah, this can't be real. Oh my god. He hasn't won this year, but he's lost 16 times. He's had 16 matches this year and lost them all. What is wrong with the Chaos Project? There's no chaos about this. The only chaos is the records. That's your records are all in tatters. That's the chaos. And then you have 14-117 overall. Like, is this faction just some sort of joke? Someone let me know why they lose so much, because that's a bit concerning. Anyways, we've got Captain Sean Dean. Alright, he is the captain of AEW with a whopping record of 15-4. Yeah, you ain't the captain of shit, buddy. No, I gotta stop. Alright, 15-48. It's not that bad. That's kind of bad. 2-3 this year. Okay, that can be salvaged. Plenty of time left in the year. Sean Spears, though. Perfection, but with 10 in there because of the perfect 10. Carried that from his WWE days when he was Ty Dillinger. Hasn't wrestled in 2023, but is 46-20 overall. So yeah, pretty dominant wrestler. But even still, that's kind of just that's solid, you know. He can be beat by lots of people though. Sanjay Dutt, 0-1 this year and 0-2 overall. Definitely not a wrestler, right? He's got to be the manager of someone who just happened to have a couple of matches for whatever reason. Sonny Kiss of the Trustbusters. Haven't heard of the Trustbusters yet. So 2-2 this year. Okay. 35-47 overall. You know, it's a negative record, negative KD, but you know, they're not too far off turning that record around. So, you know. So then we have Sting, who is 1-0 this year, still wrestling apparently, which is quite crazy. He's definitely, you know, past his prime to say the least. He was in his prime in like the 90s back in, I think, WCW. But 14-0 overall, so he's also undefeated. Yo, imagine this for a match. Obviously, I don't really know anything about AEW, so I don't know if this is even good to the actual viewers, which you are, I'm assuming. But if we have Sting versus Hook at some big pay-per-view, someone's O has to go. That can be the whole point of it, you know? Someone's undefeated record becomes defeated. Who would even win that fight? Sting or Hook? Because Sting has the experience. He's a lot taller as well. Hook is quite a small guy, but is just an absolute brawler, you know? A wee brute when he's in that ring. So, I would bet on Hook. To be honest with you, I would go Hook. Stokely Hathaway. Oh yeah, that's the guy that got sent flying in one of these compilations I reacted to, and a wee pencil from his pocket went flying out of his pocket as well. He's 0-1. Yeah, he's managing someone, isn't he? I think, is that the same guy that was working with Ethan Page? Oh, the memory's a bit foggy now. I'm not too sure. But But someone tried to give a business card to Ethan Page. Was that him? Is he the guy giving out the business cards? I don't know. Stu Grayson of the Dark Order, another Dark Order member who's 0-2 this year, letting down the Dark Order, come on. But I mean, 59-21 overall for his record, that's pretty good. Pretty dominant there. He looks like that Viking guy, one of the Viking Raiders from WWE. Not Ivar, but Eric. Swerve Strickland of Mogul Affiliates. Mogul Affiliates. Yes, got there in the end. 4-2 this year. Looking very cool with the pose, you know. Got the... He's like, yeah. Yeah, cuz. Yeah. I'm the shit with my 26-9 record. Which is a very good record for Swerve Strickland. God dang. Tony Nese, 4-7. 35-17 overall though, so... Yeah, he's a premier athlete, you know, his nickname speaks for itself. Love watching him back in 205 Live when he's with WWE. And I've seen a bit of him in AEW, but definitely not enough. Trench of Mogul Affiliates. So there's the team. Swerve and Trench. Now, he is tatted out to the max. And that's quite intimidating as a wrestler. The hair as well is, you know, short. What? He hasn't even had a match? Is this team like brand new? Because this dude hasn't had a single match. Does he just walk around behind Swerve like this? One of those guys? Just eyeing up the crowd? Or is he just that new and the team is newly formed to the point where he just hasn't even had a chance to have a match yet? I have never seen this guy, so that could very well be the case. Trent Beretta. And we're nearly there actually. So Trent Beretta, who was also in WWE back in the day. That's a very good record considering who he is. Because I thought he was a bit of a jobber. I mean, he was back in WWE, but I guess not over here. He's in the team Best Friends, which is him and, is it Angelico? Oh, I can't remember now. I didn't look at Angelico's title. So 6-1 this year. Very, very good from Trent Beretta. And then 65-36, one draw. Yeah, that's actually very, very good for him. And here we have the last two. I don't know how long this video is, but it's a long one. I hope you enjoyed though. And it's been good just getting an insight into the entire roster this time. And there's been a couple of new faces here and there as well. So I do want to watch. I keep saying this, I know, but this year is the year where I get into AEW. It's going to happen, alright? Dynamite on Wednesday, I'll be there. Wardlow. 3-1 this year, 70 wins and 11 losses. He is an absolute unit. When he was with MJF, I don't know if he was doing that well. He probably was, right? But I think when he turned face, when he turned on MJF and just became a star on his own, he just excelled. He propelled his way to the top, won the championship that he had. TNT, maybe? Oh, God. I don't know. But yeah, he's very dominant indeed. And then we have, last but not least, the Ring of Honor Pure Champion. So is this a world title as well, or is this like a mid-card Ring of Honor title? It must be a mid-card since they have the World TV Championship and also the World Championship. So it's Wheeler Yuta of the Blackpool Combat Club. He is 5-3 this year, and then 42 wins and 28 losses overall. Pretty good record for him. And I have seen a full match of his, because he was wrestling that one time I watched Dynamite and he was a joy to watch. He had his match against Chris Jericho. And I think that was around the time where he joined the Blackpool Combat Club. I think he was trying to be recruited by William Regal. He didn't want to be. And then he eventually got in. He wanted to become a part of the club, I guess. So the women's roster is going to be saved for Anna Jay. That's who I was talking about before. Of the Jericho Appreciation Society. I forgot her name, Anna Jay. So yeah, the women's roster will be saved for another video, because yeah, this is way, way, way too long already, so it's time to end it there. We have reviewed the men's roster of All Elite Wrestling. A lot of very, very dominant superstar. I gotta stop saying superstars because it's such a WWE thing. A lot of dominant wrestlers are a part of this roster, and a lot of crap wrestlers as well, but there's a good healthy mix there. Some have great potential, some I want to watch everything they do, Hook being one of them, Sting being one of them. I want to see someone's undefeated record go to shambles one of these days. But that is it for now. My voice is pretty much gone, so it is time to call it a day. Hopefully you've enjoyed this one. Drop a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new for more AEW content. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.